welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Sens Stonks. I am your host, Noah Luden. Welcome back. We're here. The shirt's still on. We're all ready to go. So, a few games into the Sens season, we're ready for the first episode of Stonks. If you guys are not familiar with how Sens Stonks works, I will explain. First, basically it's just stocks. If a player's doing well, their stocks are going to be up, or their stonks are going to be up. And if they're not doing well, then they're going to go down. See, last year, we had Erica Branson on the team. He sucked. So, his stonks were going down like this. But last year, another guy who had a great year, Connor Brown, his stonks went up. So, stuff like that. So basically, what it's going to be, so every 8 or 10 games or so, we're going to be posting another video of my thoughts of some players throughout that 10-game stretch where I think that, this player did well, so their stonks are up. Here's the stats that they've had recently, and stuff like that. And if the player's not doing well, then their stonks are going down. So that's really the concept of Sens Stonks. And then, that's it. So before we get started, remember to follow Sens Talk on Twitter at @SensTalk_ for the best Sens content on the website as well. Use code SensTalk on SeatGeek.com for $20 off your first $20 US off your first purchase. So remember, SeatGeek, use code SensTalk. So now, let's get started. So I want to talk about a man, he's really ridiculed going into the year, but I think he's done pretty well. His goals are, I want to say, lucky, but, 3 goals in 3 games. Chris Tierney, I want to say his stonks are going up. I mean, he's had a lot of pressure on him to perform, or else he's going to be probably let off the team or traded or anything like that. So it's good to see Chris Tierney have some goals. 3 goals in 3 games, pretty solid. His face-off percentage is a little low, especially for a veteran center like that. You hope to have more than 44% face-offs, but you give some, you get some. He scored 2 goals in the last game against the Dallas Stars, so you take that, and hopefully his good performance continues, but maybe some better defensive play. I want to also mention Connor Brown. He's still going up. He played in the World Championships with other Sens teammate Nick Paul, where they combined for the golden goal, so that's awesome. And Connor Brown's stonks are going to continue to go up against the Stars as well. That 3rd game of the season, he got 3 assists. Those are the only points he has on the year, but again, you take that. He is very, very productive as a player. He fights hard. He's always using his energy, kind of like Nick Paul. They're very energy high players, great penalty killer, and I'm happy to see Connor Brown is back. Hopefully he can pot some goals. Maybe he can have another one of those 20-goal seasons, because that was phenomenal. And another depth guy. So this is, I guess, the trend is, I feel like the depth guys have been really the stars of the show so far. Tyler Ennis, 3 points in 3 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. I mean, man, not too bad at all. This is a guy that had a PTO. I've been really impressed with Tyler Ennis so far. His stonks as well, up. And, welcome back in Ottawa. I was a little skeptical at the beginning because that might take a spot from a younger guy, but I like Tyler Ennis back on the squad, and he's doing well. He even was on the power play. He had a power play goal and a power play assist. So, I guess he's on that second power play line, so pretty good. Let's move on now from the forwards for a little bit. Let's talk about the defense. I want to give a shout out basically to the whole defense, barring a couple players, but Artem Zub, Nick Holden. 2 guys that I've been very impressed with. Zub, I'm always impressed with, but I just want to point him out again. He's steady. He's calm. He gets into the offensive zone sometimes with some chances. He plays 22 minutes a game. He's steady as they come. Everyone loves him. He's an analytical darling. We're happy to have Zub. His stonks are up. And, let's talk about a newcoming Senator, Nick Holden. Man, he's been fun to watch. I was a little scared, he might be a replacement guy, but listen, in that getting him in that trade from Dadonov, that's a good deal for Ottawa, and man, Holden's been solid. I mean, plus player. He's still playing 18 minutes a game, pretty solid, and he's taken some shifts with everyone, really, so he's playing really well defensively, very stingy. I'm happy with his gameplay. Hopefully he continues. I want to talk about the rest of the defense. A little bit disappointed in Victor Mete. I mean, he's been playing again. He's kind of shifted around a little bit. He's a -2 so far. I mean, listen, it's 3 games, but that's the sample size I have. I don't like how he's been playing. He's been giving it away a lot, getting bailed by the goaltending, which we'll talk about in a bit. I need to see more from Victor Mete. There just hasn't been all that much positive outcomes from his plays so far. He has an assist on the year, but past that, it's just not really working out just yet. But again, he had a really good year last year. I have no doubt in my mind that he can turn it around in just 3 games. Remember this whole video. Just remember 3 games. Don't worry about any one player. Thomas Chabot. I think his stonks are steady. He's just chugging along. None better, I don't think, but none worse. He has an assist on the year. He's an even rating, not a plus or minus player, but he still plays a boatload of minutes. But it's less, I think, than last year. Last year, I think he was averaging a little bit more, but I would like to see him under 20. Like, he's at 26 minutes now per game. I would like to see him a little lower. But otherwise, worth the contract. And speaking of contract, I'm just going to give a shout out to Brady Tkachuk. Stonks are up just for the fact that he's on the team. For the fact that he's on the team, and he signed the contract, long term, 7 years, $8.241 million, I think the number is. But man, I'm so happy. I'm ready to see Brady Tkachuk play. So he hasn't played yet this year because there wasn't a training camp for him. He's going to play on Thursday. So that's the first game after this video. So I'm very excited to see Brady Tkachuk play. I'm sure that he's going to be phenomenal. Another forward who's been phenomenal, Alex Formenton. Always, you know what we're going to say about Formenton. He is a fast player. Some of his speed rivals some of the best players in the NHL. Formenton is going to be a scary player to deal with. The things with these Ottawa players, man. Brady Tkachuk, the first player ever to be second place in the entire league in shots and hits. Formenton, one of the fastest players in the NHL. I'm just saying, you don't need to have goal scoring, or like the prototypical player. You can have these unique players with intangibles that other guys just don't have, and you can be a very interesting team, and that can make them very good players. That's why I'm high on Brady Tkachuk. I think he's one of the top power forwards in the NHL. I think that a lot of teams and fans underrate him. The same thing about Formenton, and the same thing will be said about Formenton. I think he still needs some NHL experience. He hasn't had that many games, but he has a goal. He sniped one against Toronto, so hope that he can keep the good times rolling. And Formenton has been all positive so far. Let's go a little negative. The top guys, Batherson, Norris, Stützle, they each have 1 point on the year. I would like to see a little more from those 3. I know Tkachuk's not there, but Norris has a goal. Batherson and Stützle have assists. I think Stützle's gotten some chances, but it just also there's also Stützle's took a bad penalty one of the games, and they haven't really been lighting it up as much as you'd really want them to be. Not that they've been bad. I think it's just we're looking for a little more. But again, 3 games. Would like to see a little bit more though from the top guys. 1 point in 3 games as a ratio is not good. So let's try to up that ratio a little bit. Back to the positives. That line, we mentioned Connor Brown, but let's mention him again. Connor Brown, Nick Paul, Shane Pinto. That is a dynamite line for Ottawa. Shut down line, maybe with Nick Holden, and I don't know who's going to be on that other side, but that could be a phenomenal shutdown, starting lineup. Holy cow. Shane Pinto looks like a very good NHLer. He only has an assist right now, but man, he has been dynamite. And I think his faceoffs are actually down, but against John Tavares in one of the Toronto games, he was perfect. I just hope he can keep it going. Pinto, I'm very excited for how he can develop. Let's hope his consistency in the faceoff dot can be a little better. It's actually at 35%. That might be his downfall, but he's playing 20 minutes a game, Shane Pinto. 20 minutes a game. He's playing more than Drake Batherson and Josh Norris and Tim Stützle. So that's just there you go. Shane Pinto is playing almost 20 minutes a game. That needs to change, I think, from a coaching standpoint, but also he looks like an NHL player. He looks like he's almost ready, and he's had, like Stützle, many chances at cracking their first goal of the season. So those 2 young guys, I am sure that they're going to get it going. And Nick Paul as well. Man, it's the same thing like I say every year. Nick Paul, chugga 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 chugga. He's the train. Keeps on going. Keeps on getting chances. Him and Connor Brown's chemistry is off the charts. And adding Pinto into that, it makes it so much better. So I'm very excited for the Paul Brown and Pinto line. And Paul has a goal on the year as well. So very exciting. Very exciting stuff for him. So I'm very happy about that. Zaitsev, not much from Zaitsev. Del Zotto, he's played one game. Josh Brown, he had a fight against Jamie Benn. That might be his best play of the season, unfortunately. He had a fight against Jamie Benn, took him off the ice for 5 minutes. I'm starting to lose hope in Josh Brown. I mean, not that there was much in the first place, but I would hope to see a little bit more from him. But Zaitsev's been solid, not too great, not too bad. Same thing with Del Zotto, even though Del Zotto's played one game. They're depth defensemen. They haven't been throwing. No one's been terrible. The Sens are 2-1. The one game that they lost was the second game against Toronto, where, I mean, 3 goals. It's not that bad. Speaking of goals, let's talk about our goalies. I want to talk about Philip Gustafsson. He looked phenomenal. He truly looked phenomenal against the Dallas Stars. I was super impressed. He made very good saves and 2 goals against a team like that on 36 shots. So that's a .941 save percentage if my math checks out. Just kidding. The stats are definitely right up there. But I'm very happy with Gustafsson. And as well Forsberg. He played those 2 games against Toronto. 5 goals against on looks like 77 shots. Like, man, that's good. .935 save percentage. I've been very impressed by him, especially that first game. He was dynamite that first game against Toronto. They lost the second game, but I don't really think that's on him. 3 goals, you can't really be mad at that. I think it was 3 goals on 28 shots, so that you really can't be mad about that. So I think the goalies have been phenomenal so far. Hopefully that can continue, and with Matt Murray coming back soon, I'm sure, unfortunately, Gustafsson will have to be sent down, but hopefully maybe the goalies can continue their great play. I just want to touch up on a couple players that I didn't talk about just yet. Sanford looks okay. He doesn't play all that much. He has a point on the year. Not particularly excited for him to really be on the team for that much, but maybe he could be a solid depth player. Past that, not really much going on with Sanford. Same thing with Logan Shaw. Not really much coming from him. He's played all right. He has played 6 minutes a game. He's played all 3 games, and he's a -2, so maybe not great. I don't know. Like, I saw the lineups for Thursday, and Parker Kelly's coming out for Logan Shaw, which I don't understand because Parker Kelly, he's just a better player. He plays more minutes. He has more potential, and instead we're deciding to play Logan Shaw, who is a -2 on the year and plays 6 minutes a game. I hope that we can stop with the Logan Shaw stuff and put Parker Kelly in, who looks pretty good. No points on the year, -1 on the year as well. But at the same time, he's I think gotten some really good chances. I'm excited to see Parker Kelly. I hope that we can see more of Parker Kelly going forward. But with all that being said, that's going to be it for Sens Stonks Season 2, Episode 1. Not much stonks. I mean, it's more just like a starting gauge before we really get into the stonks, where we can get a big chunks of games. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe as well. Follow Sens Talk on Twitter at @SensTalk_ for the best Sens Twitter content on the website. With that being said, though, and remember, of course, use the code SensTalk on SeatGeek.com for $20 off of your first purchase. But with that being said, I appreciate everyone for watching. Sens Stonks, everyone asking when's it going to come back, Here we are, we're back, and we're going to hope to have a really good season for the Ottawa Senators. They're looking good. 2-1. Listen, only 3 games in, but 2-1. They split against Toronto, and they had a really good game against Dallas. So let's hope that can continue. With that, though, I appreciate everyone for watching. Again, like and subscribe, and we shall see everyone next time.